Hey Blue Devil fans, thanks for checking out another episode of the LTU Sports Report. We have a ton of magnificent highlights coming your way, featuring both our soccer teams, women's bowling practice reports, as well as getting to know a handful of our student athletes. Welcome into another installment of the LTU Sports Report. I'm your host, DILLON Morello. Great to have you on for another week of the show. All of it presented by Lawrence Tech University and sponsored by Henry Ford Sports Medicine. Well, this week the men's soccer team took on the Warriors from Rochester University. Let's kick it to the field and see if the Blue Devils could pull out a win.
The Lawrence Tech men's soccer team looks to make it 3 in a row as they travel up north to Pontiac, Michigan to face the Warriors of Rochester College. The Blue Devils have gotten off to a stellar start, scoring at least 4 goals in each of their 3 wins. Can they keep the ball rolling versus a winless Warrior team? Let's find out. Starting in the first half, the Blue Devils were on fire early as Alex Fernandez gets behind the goalie for the first goal of the game. Moving along, here's the senior Juan Armillo with a perfect corner kick to the Bollier, Ohio native freshman Samuel Ray, who blasts the ball to the back of the net to give the Blue Devils an early 2-0 lead. Later on in the first half, it would be Armillo with the free kick and the goal for his first of the game and Lawrence Tech's third. The Blue Devils take a 3-0 lead and we're still in the first half. Still in the first, here's a freshman, Keen Lam, who scores on a wide open net. The Warriors would finally score late in the first, but the Blue Devils would take a 4-1 lead into the break. Coming back from the break, here's Armillo with his second goal of the game as he finds the back of the net to put LTU up 5-1. Jumping to the end of the half, here's Jaden King, who flies down the net to bury the ball in the back of the net for his first goal of the game and LTU's 6th goal. Lawrence Tech would run away with this one with a final score of 6-2, bringing their record to 4-1 and 2-1 in WAC play.
What to expect from them, but after that it was just, we were on the front foot for sure, and we just got pounding them, keeping the ball, and got a lot of goals, and that was good.
We started the game, everybody is really focused. We knew we had to come out with a win. Coach Dyer expected nothing less than for us to come out with a strong team win, and the first 5-10 minutes, game started out kind of going both ways, but once we got an early goal, we kept pressing them, and then they got an early red card, and from then on we just kept going at them, and we were able to close it out, and had a strong team performance, and that's all we can really ask for.
It's that time of the show where we take a deeper look at another one of our LTU students.
Sarah Hyde, I play softball and I am a nursing major. I'm a junior. My favorite movie is probably The Notebook. It's pretty sad, but it's really good. My favorite food is definitely sushi. I just really like it. Get it like every week. My favorite vacation spot is Aruba. I go with my whole dad's side of the family every November, so it's just fun to get together with the family on a tropical island. My favorite artist is Post Malone. I really like him. My favorite song is probably Feeling Whitney. My favorite TV show is Grey's Anatomy. I have watched it actually 8 times. I'm on my 9th time rewatching it.
Running back to the pitch, our women's soccer team also had the pleasure of taking on Rochester University, where they were looking to put up just as much offense as their counterparts.
We're back inside the Ultimate Soccer Arena in Pontiac, Michigan. This time, it's Lawrence Tech's women's soccer team taking on the Warriors of Rochester. LTU has not lost a game in conference play and looks to keep it that way against the 1-2 Warriors. Getting things underway in the first half is sophomore sensation Jenny Deere, who finds the back of the net after the penalty kick. LTU up 1-0. Moving along in the half, just 2 minutes later, here's freshman Jessie Koji, who blasts the ball from way out to put the Blue Devils up 2-0 on the Warriors. Lawrence Tech would take a 2-0 lead into the break. Coming out of the break, Lawrence Tech would take things up a notch, and it would be the sophomores Diana Hill to Dahlia Jarovzik to put the Blue Devils up 3-0. About 12 minutes later, here's senior Rebecca Holbrook with the corner kick, and it rolls right to Koji for her second goal of the game. LTU now up 4-0 on the Warriors. Later on, here's another corner kick, and it's Koji with her third goal and the hat trick. Lawrence Tech is rolling here inside the Ultimate Soccer Arena as they take a 5-0 lead late into the second half. Capping things off for the Blue Devils is senior Lauren Wozniak, who butts the ball in to give the Blue Devils a 6-point lead over the Warriors. Lawrence Tech would go on to shut the Warriors out with a final score of 6-0. The Blue Devils move to 3-0-1 on the season.
My first hat trick is actually very exciting. I have a great group of girls with me cheering me on the whole time. Honestly, I love this team, and I'm very happy that I scored my first hat trick.
I feel really blessed to be able to get this goal. This is the first time starting since I had hip surgery back in October of last year. A team like this where we're up 5-0, that last goal, you just have to take your chances. So I knew the keeper was starting off her line a lot, so I just decided to flick it on and hope for the best. Usually we play Rochester inside, so this was really different playing in pretty cold weather, but I think it just motivated us to run more, run harder, stay warm, and keep in the game.
Rolling along into the show now is the women's bowling team, who we had the pleasure to get an exclusive look at one of their last couple of practices.
Taking a big break from bowling, say from March of 2020 to now, we're in October, and we're just still getting back into the swing of things. It's been really crazy, and it's the longest I've ever gone my whole life since I was like 4 years old without bowling.
I know some of the girls bowl on like leagues in the summer, and we didn't get to do that, so it took us a while to get back into our practice.
I was really nervous. I wasn't exactly sure how my body would hold up, but it went better than expected. I was really excited to get back out on the lanes.
We compete all year round, and we practice all year round. And this year, because of everything that's going on, we don't have anything going on in the fall semester. So our first tournament isn't until January. So that's kind of good because we have this semester now to kind of practice and get things back together. But it's definitely weird, not traveling right now and going to tournaments.
I think all of us returning players are definitely, we feel like we have some unfinished business that we need to get done this year.
I think we're going to be really good. We were going to be really good last season, but I think with the new freshmen coming in, we'll be good and back to where we were.
My experience on the team has been very welcoming. All the girls are really nice, and the coaches are very helpful.
So joining a brand new team, it's been very different than in Canada because we don't have high school bowling. So really getting that team bonding experience has been really important to me. And all the girls are really, really nice, and I just really like bonding with them. It's awesome.
The new freshmen are awesome. They're all very experienced, which is huge, and personality-wise, they are fitting in so well with us. I think it's going to be a really good, dynamic team this season.
We'll step aside real quick with our partners from Henry Ford Sports Medicine, but there is quite more to come in this week's edition of the LTU Sports Report. Welcome back into the LTU Sports Report. Over the past few shows, we have been shining the spotlight on our LTU football coaching staff. Today, we have another insider interview for you to enjoy.
My name is Mitchell Watts, and I coach tight ends. Played high school ball at Goshen High School in Goshen, Indiana. From there, played and started 4 years at Trine University. After that, coached 1 season at Fort Valley State University in Fort Valley, Georgia. And this will be my 2nd year going into coaching at Lawrence Tech. The advantages going into this spring is just kind of getting that physical development in the fall, getting ready for the season in the spring. I'm just looking forward to seeing the guys get back in action all together on the field.
LTU football is ready for kickoff. A huge push to grow the roster is on now. Scholarship opportunities are available. If you are interested in playing football at Lawrence Technological University, recruit yourself by going to the football page at LTUathletics.com.
Looking to snap their 3-game skid, the women's volleyball team trekked to Indiana Tech, where they hope to gain some confidence.
The Lawrence Tech women's volleyball team went on the road this week as they traveled to Fort Wayne and faced the Warriors of Indiana Tech. The Warriors were focused and determined to win on their home court. The Blue Devils had a slow start as they went down 2-0 and struggled into the third set. Indiana Tech defeated Lawrence Tech in 3 straight sets.
Stepping aside from the highlights real quick, we'll take you to an interpersonal interview with another one of our proud student athletes.
My name is Kat Maddock. I'm a sophomore here at LTU, and I'm also a left-handed pitcher. My favorite show is Friends. Probably my favorite character is Joey. He's a pretty funny guy. I like him a lot. My favorite musician is Mike Stud. He used to be a closer at Duke, and I followed him all along through podcasts and music. And my favorite food is chocolate chip pancakes. I just like them. You can eat them at any time of any day, really, at breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
The long-awaited moment for college hoops is back at the Don Riddler Fieldhouse this week as the women's basketball team hosted Rio Grande in their season opener. Basketball is back at Lawrence Tech as the Lawrence Tech women's basketball team opens up their season versus the Storm of Rio Grande. Last season, the Blue Devils made it all the way to the NAIA tournament, but the pandemic shut things down. This year, LTU is looking to get another shot at a national title. Can they start their season off with a win? Starting in the first quarter, here's junior Kendall Fisher, who drives down the lane and kicks it out to sophomore Gabby Gaw, the first points of the game. The score is 12-11 Blue Devils at the end of the first. Moving along into the second quarter, score is 15-11 in favor of the Blue Devils, and here's the Wadsworth, Ohio native Kylie Beatty, who drills it from downtown. The Blue Devils take an early 7-point lead in the second quarter. The Blue Devils will then go on to carry a 32-22 lead into the half. Jumping into the fourth quarter, score is 54-52 in favor of Rio Grande, and it will be the senior Taryn Klein who drives through the traffic and finishes at the rim. Game now tied at 54. Later on in the fourth, the Storm have stormed back to hold a 56-53 lead over LTU, but here is Fisher dashing down the lane for the and one play. Fisher would go on to make the free throw to tie the game. Lawrence Tech would go on then to win a thriller 76-66.
We just have a group that's ready to learn and ready to adapt. We have a lot of freshmen this year, and they're just bought in and ready to play and ready to, buy into the rest of the season and get the dubs.
We really focus on executing our game plans. So we do our scout, we watch film. We really want to lock into how we can play our best basketball and defend the opposing team. And the reason we played so well tonight is because we all bought into the game plan and executed it.
The biggest thing that I took away from this game is that we're young, but we bought into a game plan, game one, really well. We knew what they wanted to do based on last year, and again, we have a bunch of freshmen and 6 upperclassmen, and for them to buy into that game plan like that, it's been really special.
Coming off of that blistering 6-2 win, let's see if our men's soccer team can have back-to-back stellar performances, this time against Cornerstone.
We are under the lights at Blue Devil Stadium as the Lawrence Tech men's soccer team takes on the Golden Eagles of Cornerstone. The Blue Devils are off to a stellar start this season, sitting second in the WAC with their lone loss on the year, coming at Indiana Tech. For more on that, here is Jenna Rose.
The Lawrence Tech men's soccer team currently leads the conference with 21 goals in their first 5 games, and this 4-1 start, as you mentioned, is quite the 180 from last season's 0-5 start, where the Blue Devils were only able to secure 4 goals in their first 5 games. These young men, they are currently displaying their determination and grit, moving from practice into this season.
Well, LTU and Cornerstone have a history of facing off in pivotal conference matchups that have come right down to the wire, and tonight's clash would be no different. Starting in the first half, freshman sensation Keen Lamb would come inches away from scoring the first goal of the game. Opportunities came agonizingly close all night long. Moving along in the first half, Lawrence Tech would have a number of chances to score on the Eagles, but just could not find the back of the net. However, the LTU defense would stand tall for the Blue Devils, led by their senior goalkeeper, Riley Alexander, who came up with several big saves on the night. No score heading into the break. Coming back into the second half, we jump ahead to the latter stages of the final 45 when drama would ensue. After the sideline throw-in, Keen Lamb was hit as he tried to get the ball past the goal line. No call was made, however, and we would head into overtime. With the game still scoreless and the pressure rising, Jason Lugo was taken down inside the penalty area, and the Golden Eagles would get a penalty kick opportunity to end the game, and they delivered. Lawrence Tech would go on to drop this one 1-0 in overtime. Here's Jenna Rose with Juan Yaramillo.
We're here with senior captain Juan Yaramillo. Juan, what made it such a tight battle here tonight at Blue Devil Stadium?
Yeah, so Cornerstone, they worked really hard. We knew going into this game they were going to be a team that battled. Every year we play against them, we have a tough game. So we knew going into it was going to be a difficult match. They lived up to that. They gave us a really tough battle. We fought hard for the entire 94 minutes that we played. But at the end, they got the goal, so they come away with the victory. But we always knew it was going to be a tough game. We always have a tough game against them.
It's one of the sad things about college sports, not being able to watch our favorite athletes compete forever. This week, the men's soccer reserves team celebrated a couple of veteran players on Senior Day. On October 31st, the squad wraps up their season, so we spoke to the 4 seniors after a recent celebration honoring their accomplishments and commitment to the men's soccer program.
I wish that I could do it all over again, but obviously we only get one shot, and I'm just glad that I gave it all I could while I could.
Extremely happy that we get the time to finish our season, and they're glad that we get to play because it was kind of a big worry with all the COVID thing going around. But I came 4 years ago back from Costa Rica, and to be honest, LTU has become my second home. I'm really happy I came here, and I take home a lot of great memories.
It goes by pretty quick. Make sure you enjoy the moments. The player-coach relationship has been pretty good at LTU. It's definitely one of the connections that you need to make, I guess, in all sports. Any connection with a coach that not just going to last 4 years here at the field, but it's going to last afterwards as well for a lifetime.
When I first came to LTU, I didn't know how it was, so it was a new experience for me. First experience for my whole family, pretty much. And after a couple of weeks, I got used to it, and I got a ton of teammates that helped me out with everything. So I'm really grateful with all my teammates, and I had a ton of fun. So I don't regret anything.
It's only fitting that on Halloween, the Blue Devils will have a total of 6 matches taking place, all of which will be streamed and detailed in this show's Week Ahead preview. On October 31st, our women's volleyball teams have a doubleheader at the Don Riddler Fieldhouse against Rochester University. Also on Saturday, we have a soccer tripleheader at Blue Devil Stadium against Concordia, which is the fall finale for our soccer teams. The women's basketball team is on the road this week for a pair of games. The first is down in Indiana at St. Francis on Saturday, and then on Wednesday against Huntington. And finally, our men's basketball team kicks off their season on Monday as they travel to Indiana to face Goshen. That's all we have for you today. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you want even more LTU Athletics content, go follow us on social media at LTU Athletics. I'm Dylan Morello. Be sure to tune in next week, and I hope you have a safe and scary Halloween.